Over 17,000 Bitcoin, equivalent to $1.6 billion, were withdrawn from centralized exchanges yesterday, marking the largest outflow since April of 2024, which of course was last year, almost a year ago. So, a lot of people are saying that, this is going to cause a supply shock because such a major amount of Bitcoin is being off of the exchanges. Do let me know your personal thoughts down below regarding this. But, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel, to the XRP family. Appreciate you guys as always. Continue supporting by liking, commenting, and hitting that red subscribe button. But yeah, looking across the board, look what's happening. And I'm sure if you watch my HBAR update before, you are kind of up to date as to what's happening. But if you only focus on these XRP updates, I will keep you guys covered. So watch this video till the end. But yeah, we're seeing quite a bit of red across the board. Thursday, a lot of red. We have seen the market bounce a little bit over the last 1 hour, but in terms of getting excited, as I've said in my HBAR update, if you did end up watching it, this is not a time to be getting excited right now. But, if you really go and watch my most recent updates, this is something we've been discussing. And I know a lot of people can vouch for me on that. This is something I was talking about. And, here we are really seeing these types of moves coming. So what happens next? As far as XRP's price is concerned, down 6% in USD perspective. So $2.30 is the price, down 4.2% in Bitcoin comparative. Market cap at 134.1 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume is at about $6.4 billion. But before we get into any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So the biggest news for yesterday, of course, was right here. Wisdom Tree, Bitwise, and 21 shares, XRP ETFs have been filed with the CBOE. This is huge. And remember, the ETF things, we've been talking about more and more and more ETF filings that are going to come. And I think we really need to start used to this fact. I know a lot of people are going to be, thinking, hey, so all these ETF filings are happening, but the market is not bouncing. The market has nothing to do with XRP's ETFs filing. It's not just XRPs that's down, and I know that's a big misconception that people have when it comes to analyzing the coins. People will, let's for example obviously use XRP. People look at XRP down 6.1% and come and bash that. But just completely neglecting what's happening with the broader market to understand is it just XRP that's seeing a little bit of a retracement, or is it the broader market? In this case, it's the entire market, and we've been talking about this on a day-to-day basis, and here we are really seeing that playing out. So that's that. But look what Brad Gillinghouse says. Brad Gillinghouse obviously has retweeted this, of course, and commented by obviously this emoji of the clock. So pretty much referencing that the clock is ticking. We're getting closer and closer, and I think we're going to see the big boys. We're still not seeing those big boys that we're familiar with, such as BlackRock and Fidelity. And I think once them just filing itself comes, them filing for an ETF, I think that itself will, really shock the crypto space. We haven't seen that for any other coins as of now, except BTC and of course Ethereum. So imagine when that really happens. What kind of impact would that really have on XRP or the likes of any other coin? I really think that direction it's going to happen. Yeah, the ETFs I think are something that a lot of people are excited about, as well as, of course, the lawsuit. We really want to see this lawsuit coming to an end. I know, people are getting frustrated. The Donald Trump is in office. Why are we not seeing this lawsuit, coming to an end? We need to understand it's not going to happen overnight. And also, the SEC restructure is taking place. It takes time. And, they're making some good moves, to be quite frank with you. You got to give credit where it belongs. Compared to what we have been hearing from SEC recently, especially the new SEC, you're actually hearing some good things in favor of crypto. So that is, of course, something quite new considering what we have seen under, the previous SEC. But let me know your personal thoughts down below regarding this. And look at this, guys. Fed's Waller, says he supports the adoption of regulated stablecoins because it will likely cement the US dollar status as a reserve currency. And we're seeing a lot of people talking about this. Look at this. Former PayPal president David Marcus thinks that the strategic Bitcoin reserve is a wise decision. I think there's just a lot more opportunity for growth and appreciation of Bitcoin than gold in the next couple of decades. And we're actually starting to see a similar conversation taking place between a lot of big players now. This is not just PayPal, former President David saying this. We're seeing a lot of different big players saying this exact same thing. You're comparing, Bitcoin is known as, quote unquote, the digital gold, right? And now you're seeing before, I would say 6-7 years ago, especially when I came new to the market, a lot of Bitcoin analysts and people that were researching Bitcoin, people that understand finance, that understand economics, we're actually looking at Bitcoin and kind of comparing it to gold. And when you used to hear the term digital gold, that's where it originates from. Back when people used to call it digital gold, all these traditional finance people would be like, that's never going to happen. You're never going to see Bitcoin, outpace gold. And now pull the charts, guys. The last 10 years, BTC has been by far the best performing asset. And now you're seeing the same exact big institutions that, were against BTC coming, for Bitcoin at a record rate. So again, everything's adding up, and that should really tell you where this industry really is heading. And I'm sure no one really doubts that. But of course, during times like what we're seeing, with the prices, consolidation, fake outs, dead cat bounce, you're seeing obviously a lot of people come and be more negative rather than get excited. And look at this, of course, this is the news that's going around quite a bit and not really sitting good with the Bitcoin maxis. You can see Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse is reportedly expected to be appointed as an advisor to the White House Crypto Council, according to the New York Post. This move could strengthen Ripple's presence in the U.S. crypto policy discussion. So could we actually see an XRP strategic reserve because of this? I think we need to kind of settle down. And I've pretty much shared my stance on the overall Bitcoin against Ripple strategic reserve as to which one I think is going to get. And I think Bitcoin should get it, especially how long it's been there for. That does not mean I'm against Ripple. I'm sure you guys know I'm not against XRP by any means, but I think Bitcoin is the king of the market, and there's no doubts in that, in my opinion. But that does not mean not all these projects can win. That's something also that I want you guys to keep in mind. But let's take a closer look and really understand what's happening with the price. Of course, I was drawing these lines on the charts earlier, but let's kind of get rid of this. So actually, I'll keep this, I'll keep this much here. So you have seen the dominance breakout, and we've been seeing this fluctuation for the dominance, and I was indicating to you guys in my last update that this causes quite a bit of manipulation. And believe it or not, dominance broke out, and we're almost retesting 62%. We actually wicked up to 62.5% a few hours ago and have seen a little bit of a drop since then. But the way things are going right now, wouldn't you be surprised, if dominance starts heading up to the likes of 63% and even starts filling this wick at 64.28%, which I still think is a high chance of us doing. If you're looking at BTC, let's give Bitcoin a little bit of a refresh live. Bitcoin is having a hard time breaking towards the upside, especially, actually, let me show you guys the hourly time frame. I'm sure if you watch my XRP updates on a day-to-day basis, I've been speaking about this almost $98,000 support resistance mark. And I said it's really important for us to break above there. That's the confirmation that I need. And you're seeing Bitcoin having an extremely hard time breaking out of this range, and you're noticing a downward trajectory forming. And actually, a few hours ago, Bitcoin was sitting at $95,681. So as I've said before, and I'll say it again, the chances of us going down to the likes of 92.6 is still quite high in my opinion. But looking at the price of XRP right now, of course, we're back in the 38.2 Fibonacci retracement level, but let's take a closer look on the hourly and understand what's happening. So you're looking at XRP's price holding on some very key support on the neckline. Of course, if this does not hold, we could be going down to $2.23, and you don't want to see the price breaking below that, because if it breaks below that, XRP's price could go down to that $2.10, which is a 38.2 key support, and of course, if that does not hold, down to the $1.92. And I know not a lot of people want to hear this, but you guys know your boy Crypto ZX is going to keep it 100% unbiased, and this is something I've been, quite, straight upon over the last, few days. Right now, I'm not getting excited. I know, when we did see that fake out bounce, and as of now, it has been a fake out bounce, because you're not seeing Bitcoin showing any strength right now. You're not, seeing any weakness on the dominance, which of course, confirms everything I've been speaking about. But yeah, you don't want to be ignoring this right here. It's really, really high in terms of the percentage. This is not a good sign if you're an altcoin holder, especially if Bitcoin is looking weak. If Bitcoin does not hold around this range, it does make its way down to 92.5. There is a chance for XRP to retest these levels and possibly even filling the wick down to the $1.75. But of course, that wouldn't just happen in a single day. It would require a small, steady move towards the downside, unless, of course, Bitcoin comes and just completely shakes out the market by dropping below the 23.6. I've mentioned this a lot on my channel. You don't want to see, this trend breaking, especially down below the 23.6. If the price of Bitcoin breaks below and not closes back in right away into the 23.6, we could actually go down to the likes of $82,500 for Bitcoin as well. And that could be a major shakeup before we start heading towards the upside. Let me know your thoughts down below as to what you guys personally think. What are your personal predictions on XRP? Love each and every one of you guys. Thank you for all your support. Let me know your stats on, what you're hearing. Love you all. See you later in Crypto ZX, and peace out.